This is just a quick video on how to sell coins using a limit order sale. And basically what that means is that you are reducing the limit of the price that you are willing to sell for. So for example, if the market right now is I think it's 6.14 euro per coin, if you reduce that to a 5 cent um, reduction, so that would come out to 6.09. That's called a limit order, and the reason why it might be a good idea to do that is because that order is more likely to get filled. Um, so basically the way you do that is you just go to your menu here. I already logged in and I kind of zoomed in so you guys could see this. But you want to go to exchange. And once you get to the exchange, you are going to see that there's trading and then there's mining. Pretty self-explanatory. Mining is to send your tokens into mining, and trading is going to be where you do buying and selling. So you're going to click trading. Okay, so once you get to the exchange, what you want to do is go to this place order box right here. As you can see, I did a couple sells here. You can see my sell here was executed, my sell here was executed, and my sell here was executed. My buy was executed, and my buy was executed. The reason I'm buying coins is because when we sell the education packages, what that allows us to do is to make commissions. Okay, so we're placing this in front of other people and we're being rewarded for that. And that is the number one reason that our community is exploding as much as it is because we are educating people and we are being incentivized to do that. And with that education, you receive free tokens, which then converts to OneCoins once you send those tokens into mining. So the tokens you can think of as just a tool, kind of like an exchange device. So something that you get to send in, and those tokens, depending on how many you have, determine how much of the currency is going to be created and come through the other end. So as you can see here, right here, these transactions, as I'm showing you, are the buys are from when I made commissions. 60% goes into cash and 40% goes into my trading account. Which I really like because I'm tempted to take the money out right away, but it's actually incentivizing me. It's allowing me to send these, to use this money to buy more coins. That of course keeps the buying and selling going through the community. It's another layer of liquidity, but it also it allows me to let that currency that I make from the marketing side become coins, and then I'm less likely to just take the money out and spend it frivolously, right? So think of it as like a 401k, but one that it doesn't plummet when the market goes down. So basically, you can see these transactions here have been executed. So what you want to do is basically go to ask. So here you're going to see that you have a bid and an ask. And for people that are really new to trading, basically, if you place a bid, what does that mean? It means that you're trying to buy something, right? You want to place a bid. If you're asking, right, it means that you are asking the community to purchase currency from you. So for this limit sale that I'm talking about, you're going to hit ask. If you want to buy coins, you're going to hit bid. So I'm going to hit ask for this particular example. And you'll see that this new box comes up. It'll look like this on a full screen, but I'm zoomed in to show you guys. This box comes up. So market basically means that this 6.14, 6 euro 14 cent, basically cost is what the market is determining is the value of this currency. Now, right now, it's the company valuation. Okay, I know people get really confused with, how is it valued? How can you value? Well, the way you need to think of this currency right now is that the valuation is being determined by the company, and then the community decides whether or not they want to buy and sell for that amount. When we go to the public exchange, you can think of it as an IPO, an initial public offering. So we're going to come out and say, hey, this is what we see this currency valued as. We see this as an IPO value, and then the public will decide the value based on the market moving forward. So if a lot of people come and millions and millions of people begin buying this currency from us, well, then the value is going to go up based on supply and demand. But for the time being, we are a closed community, and you can think of this as a private buyers-sellers club. Okay, that's the easiest way to think of this right now. Now, what happens as the community gets bigger and bigger? And right now, just to kind of show you guys what's going on with the community, you can see that, I think it might keep me logged in. Okay, good. You can see that right now, our community is basically at 2,070,223. I know last week for several days the community was growing at about 7,000 people per day. Okay, so if you think about that, if it's growing at 7,000 people per day, do you think that the liquidity is going to go up? You know, the liquidity being how easy it is to buy and sell the currency in this closed community, or do you think there's going to be no change? It's going to be stagnant. Well, of course it's going to go up, because the larger the community, the more people are buying and selling the currency between each other. Now, this is a temporary state, and this is really the thing that people don't understand. Do you really think it's realistic to come into an opportunity like this, get your tokens, your free tokens with the education that you purchase, and then get a split, which is going to give you like 70-80% more value right out the gate, and then turn around and sell all your currency? Do you think that this company would be sustainable? This vision to make this the world's first reserve cryptocurrency would really be realistic if that were the business model? Well, no. So before you start freaking out about the liquidity, really try to understand the vision, because you have to understand that if you want the golden ticket, right? Somebody's not just going to give you the golden ticket. Oh, here you go. Here's the golden ticket. Here's your lottery ticket. No, you have to, in order to actually gain the real benefits from this vision and this company and what we're doing, which is breaking every record and leading the charge of a disruptive technology, a financial revolution. If that sounds pretty big, right? Well, it is really, really big. It's huge. But if you think you're going to come in here and just dip your feet in the water and then bail out and make triple your money within 2 months, then you're looking for a pump and dump coin. There are opportunities out there like that, very risky and volatile. But if you want to do something like that, then this is not the vehicle for you, period. This is not the right vision for you, okay? And if you're going to go online and pay attention to what a bunch of people's opinions are, as opposed to what the company is actually doing, then this is also not an opportunity for you. So keep that in mind. You are involving yourself in a startup company. It's 18 months young. However, what we're doing is unlike anything that's ever been done, and we're breaking every record out there. So you have to look at this, take a step back, look at the bigger picture here, and really understand that what we are trying to do is create a financial revolution, as well as establish the next evolution in digital payments between people all over the world. Meanwhile, the real big vision of Dr. Ruja, she doesn't care about the money. She already has money. What she cares about is helping 2 to 3 billion people around the world, okay? Who don't have the opportunities we have in first world countries. You know, yeah, granted, I send somebody a bank wire. I get to pay $30 out of my pocket to the bank for sending my own money to somebody else. Okay, and that doesn't make us angry, right? In a first world country, why not? Well, because you know what, it's $30. I guess I'll just bite the bullet. But those fees, that $600 billion a year industry, you know who the major target market is for that? Poor people. They go around the world and they try to get out of their oppressed country, and they want to work so they can send money back home to their families. And then these remittance agencies take money out of their hands to the poor people. All right, so that's really what gets me fired up about this project. So that's a little bit of a tangent there, but just really the main thing to understand is that if you want everything right now, then you need to go and play in a different market, or mitigate your risk. Take this and look at it as something that is a risk. Everything that is a startup, everything that is a vision this big, which don't come along but every 40 years. If you really want to participate in this, and you want everything answered and all your answers right in front of you, you have to understand that's not going to happen. But if you want to get on board and go along for the ride, then mitigate your risk and decide what for you is a comfortable number, and you're not going to even think about looking at for a year minimum down the road. Okay, and you'll be able to sell more of your currency down the road, but for right now, the selling is restricted. You can't just turn around and sell all of your currency. Of course not. It's a closed community. Let's be real. If somebody could come into this opportunity, buy a package, get double their coins, and then sell all their coins, this would not be a sustainable project. And the vision of being the world's first reserve cryptocurrency would not be realistic. So, guys, let's think logically, please. Let's think logically about what we're doing. And this number, okay, in 18 months is impressive, and it's never been done before. So you have to look at that as well. But going back to the selling, if you see here, a market order, there's a less likely chance that it's going to be filled, okay, that your order is going to be filled. And the reason is because everybody's out there doing market orders, but a lot of people are starting to understand that limit orders are more likely to be filled because you can lower the price, right? So what you do for this, really really simple. Let me just zoom out here because I think this is is you want to go to limit. Okay, see, it's at a limit order now. So now you get to choose the price. Okay, so what I like to do is, as you can see here, available max amount for today, 120 euros, okay, and 1.5% of your free available coins. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to sell, okay, this max amount. And let's be honest, guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. You could, if you have enough coins, you could live off of what the value you would make off of selling coins on a daily basis would be. If you have enough coins to sustain yourself. I don't recommend selling coins ever, but I'm making this video just to show you guys that buying and selling between the community is happening. Okay, because there's so many people out there just you can't buy and sell. Nobody's sells are being executed. Well, look at my last transactions right here. Okay, these are executed. My sells are executed. It is happening. Okay, so I'm just tired of people out there lying about our opportunity from outside, and they're not. They have no idea about the vision. And right now, quite honestly, selling coins should be the last thing on your mind. I mean, let's get real, guys. You came on board for a vision, right? You did not come on board to be part of some pump and dump scheme. This is a legitimate project, and we are creating a currency, and everything that is being done is calculated for a reason. So as you can see, I have a limit order here, and here's the real easy part. What I like to do is just go down by 5 cents, right? It's 6.14, so I'm going to do 6.09. So I changed, because when I change this to a limit order, right, I have limit, I can now choose the price that I want. So let's do 6.09. I like to do about 5 cents lower. Now the number of coins, you can see if I hit 19, right here, 115 euros, right? That's the transaction value. If I go up to 20, it goes above this 120 euro limit that I'm allowed to do per day. So I know that I'm going to keep it at 19. So I'm going to sell 19 coins at €6.09, and what's going to go into my cash account, which I can then take out, and for tax purposes, obviously you have to claim the difference between your buy and sell, the profit, right? So, and we look here, there's a transaction fee of 0.48 OneCoins. Ouch. that hurts me. You know why? Because it's really nothing compared to what, a bank's charge. But at the same time, I know that a half a OneCoin down the road could be a $50, transaction right there. But I'm making this video for your benefit, for your education, because I don't want people to have to do this themselves to have to figure out whether or not it's real. So now all you do is put in your transaction passcode. I probably screwed that up. And place order. Please note that once you have placed an exchange order, the transfer of OneCoins is not allowed during the same day. Okay, all that means is that you can only do one buy and sell per day. Okay, again, yes, restrictions. Imagine an 18-month young company having restrictions in order to. So I'm going to go ahead and sell these coins. It's just telling me about CoinSafe. There we go. Da, da, da. Your order was saved successfully. So now when I go back to my dashboard here, sorry about that. I go back to my dashboard. You're going to see that in my cash account, this number, once that sell is executed, this number will go up by whatever that amount was, 115 euros. Okay? And then I can access that cash in several ways, in a couple of different ways. The main way is by selling gift codes. So you can sell people positions. So if somebody wants to buy a starter, you can use your cash and go in and buy that starter. And I did another video on that. I'll put that video below this one as well. All right, guys. So that's really it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was educational. And I hope it shows you that, buying and selling is happening every day, every minute between the community. But right now, we are an 18-month young company, and our liquidity is based on the amount of members we have. So we have to understand that if we are patient and we really are true to our commitment we made, and I tell everybody this when we first get in, it's important to not even think about selling currency or any of that for at least a year. And then people tell me, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, they see their coins and they get excited. And they're like, okay, how do I sell? It's like, guys, everything happens in a calculated fashion with this company. Everything happens in a do you see my bonuses here for the week? Okay, this is what's possible by sharing this opportunity. Make no mistake about it. Every single person in this community, whether or not they decide to share or not, their accounts are in profit right now, and that's an incredible opportunity. Okay. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me. I put my information below, and my personal, my digital business card link will be below. And I really hope you guys did enjoy this, and best of success to all of us.